jack, bro. If I've ever right. Pretty jack. I got gas around my heart, bro. This stuff sucks. For real. I gotta take these out and wash these now. Bro. That's what's the name for his hose, man. Don't have me like grandma with plastic all over my chairs, bro. Plastic all over my chairs, bro. You're gonna have me like living the 60s up in here now, man. And that's like $230 to cover these with plastic, bro. Yo, that hair is driving me crazy, bro. Nah, you good. Well, that sounds good. Y'all should try that. I make my own. That's some good stuff. Attack my feet again? You're a bum, dude. Why you want to keep attacking my feet, bro? Let's get straight. We clean that rifle up, so we're gonna clean the shotgun up next. I don't feel like you're cleaning up nothing, really. I don't even want to vacuum, but today's the cleaning day. I'm supposed to take the rugs out and flap them, and it's all nice out in the sun, and you want to run up on the cars. Huh? That's why you ain't going outside no more tomorrow now. Huh? Peeking at me around the corner. I'm talking to you, cuz. Alexander think he get off. There ain't no get off in him. What is you doing? You're in front of him. I see you. You that's creeping. I see. He retarded. He is low creeping. To get some water. But don't that be damn all. To get some water, you did all that. Somebody else must have been up in here, but that ain't, he can get that from me. I don't know where he got that from. And then he doing a thing like this, moving it. Freaked out. Are you going? I got the back. I got the what you call it open, and I think he wants to play with that dog, the little dog that's running around out there. Let me see what's in there. Oh, we're gonna read. Don't worry, guys. I got y'all. I always pronounce it Aniwaha. It's Aniwaha. Well, that's the way my great grandmother told me how to pronounce it. He's running, y'all. Got the tail arch. There you go. Aniwaha. But Aniwaha. I don't know why, y'all. Whatever. Waha is how we say Wolf Clan. That's how my great grandmother said. Unless I've forgotten. I've just been stumbling along all these dang years. Aniwaha. That's how I pronounce it. I'm not even reading. I'm looking at something else. I'm just remembering. I've always said Aniwaha. I never really told anybody. I used to say Aniuia as far as the principal people. And it ain't no mongrel, and damn sure ain't no pale skin. I'm just putting it out there. Them idiots wish they were. How long can you live a lie? Gas, y'all. Gas. Okay. I'm playing Afrobeat so I can piss off some of these little young goofy niggas who don't know where Afrobeat is creation and why it's called Afrobeats. It's for melanated people, not created by no Peckerwoods or nothing. Dumbass, just young cats so stupid. Still listening to goofy rap. Told y'all, this stuff is controlled. That's some evil stuff. That's what people are dealing with. And not one of them, I don't care if it's Method Man or whoever, they all got up the booty or they gave it up some man's booty. Trust me, all of them. RZA just hug all over the young gay character that plays him in Wu-Tang. Y'all better know it's real. I don't like talking against all of them, but all of them. All of them got they gave to somebody. Trust me. And Mary J. Raj. Everybody else cracking because she danced like this. Like she got on. That's because she always put a strap on she thinks she do. Mary J. Blige. She ain't never had no dick. Her goofy self. All right, check this out. I'm going to read this to y'all. Oh, it's a little short thing right here. I read to y'all yesterday, New Jersey-based community bank Cross River Bank, Inc., Incorporated, Israeli software developer Brickz Software Ltd. is relocating to a new headquarters in, of course, Jerusalem. They're getting out of here. Besides the place in Virginia or the Carolinas where they're going to print chicken, synthetic chicken. But then you look at in October of 2018, this is before 2019, pay attention. Brickz and the bank signed an agreement under which the Israeli company will provide the bank with research and development. But now remember when I told you the corporations, these fake countries, in line with the BRICS, as if the dollar don't means like we can't keep the dollar fluctuating here like we did in the beginning. We don't need them. We have them. Listen. We need to go back to drilling our own oil, building our own vehicles. We don't need no Italian piece of crap. We don't need none of that crap. We're the ones that created the car, the ones that created the plane. Don't give me that French goofy thing flying around. They were attempting to recreate what we done a long time ago. And I have some pictures. I might pick a post, but I like to see the little crumb snatchers that come along and start. Because if you notice, since and so a lot of y'all know. You see now all of a sudden within the last 11 months to 1 year, everybody's been talking about Tartarian, this and that, and the Pelicans put their own little spew on it. You see what I'm saying? I got me a little chaw in, not real tobacco, but you know what I mean. I had a craving with this gas. It helps me burp when I swallow. I don't like swallowing it though, even though it's mint. It's still no. This one's wintergreen. It's still. I'm just going through the motions, you know. Anyway, passions, theft, and a $31 million lawsuit. What happens when a client drains the company of its 226 employees? Well, we're talking about the fake 13, the small hat motherfuckers. You think I'm playing? Oh, it's right. It's real. It's why did it? Yeah, passion. Make an impact in the lives of Israelis with that fake Star David. Now y'all know what that thing is now, right? We went over that a little while ago. Go back and look up the video. Jerusalem-based Brickz Software seemed to have a prosperous partnership with New Jersey-based Cross River Bank. That was until a Zoom call last December in which the bank's co-founder or founder convinced all of Brickz employees to join his company instead. Now, why is it the small hat crew, California, fucked it up, New Jersey, New York, fucked it up? Should I carry on? And then all of a sudden, when this fake thing, all right, y'all want to call him, I call him scrotum, but y'all want to call SCOTUS or whatever, it's a fraud. It doesn't mean crap to me. All of a sudden, they started moving from those places into where we at. Now, the thing here is we're not playing. And they pretty much know it now. We're just not having it. I don't even want to talk about how many of them have done that little goofy stuff and gotten their asses handed to them. but a lot of them move around silently. But we're watching them. We watch them all the time. We like to see their little goofy laughs and smiles and everything, and we just, okay, that's right. Go on, get on, join the IRS, go join the CIA, go join them. That's what we need you. Go join them. Anybody can get trained up. You ain't got to be all great and swimming and get your body beat down to go beyond the limits. Trust me. Okay? But there are secrets to it all. Anyway, the speakers led by Derry, who affixed a mezuzah on the office door, stressed the importance of the presence of the software company in the capital, which employs many ultra-Orthodox women, while Gade praised the partnership with Brickz, which has been important to our growth and will be a key factor in our continued expansion and success. Who do you think's trying their best to destroy us? Are y'all paying attention? Do they literally have to say it? You can Google or YouTube right now. A lot of the so-called Jews, the ones who actually are practicing of the Torah, who are always saying, we're not the real ones, y'all are the chosen ones. And there's thousands of them. I was in Palestine. I was like, man, you freaking me out. Somebody's gonna shoot me or something? Not that I gave her two damns. Because they were going, you know who you are. I was like, I know who I am. I'm an Indian, a real Indian of America. Oh, besides that, that's what he do. You know how they, besides that, you know how they talk fast. Like trying to, I said, you're not going to dismiss that. That's who I am. They says, well, we know, but do you know who you are? I says, yeah, who you are acting to be. He says, ha. No, serious. And the brothers with me, why is the niggas in Texas? Well, my boy Big Al, he laughed, because he's Bronco. He was Big Al. Alexander, the big old son of broke his wrist riding. We was all up there in Nevada, you know, breaking in the Broncos, you know. He broke his wrist and kept riding. Big old country boy. What? That's my boy Big Al. But he said, whenever something went off, he said, we had a little red rascal. I ain't that little, but you know, he said, boy, he gonna knock everybody out. And that's all he loved being around me, because he loved to see me knock people out. Not advocating violence. That is the repertoire me and him had. Only the few times that I did from Cecilville, you know. Anyway, y'all can go ahead and pull this up on C News, okay? You can go ahead and pull it up. All right? And you can read it all for yourself. It's quite extensive. And there's another number of other things. That's why I wanted to implore, I'm going to read, don't worry. I wanted to implore to y'all that we could really be together, man, all of us. And I don't care if we sleeping out of tents with heaters, and I got all kind of stuff. Growing medicinal stuff. Imagine 20 or 40 of us, whether with Jamil Samsi, 100 acres, with my brother Rondo on his 27 acres in Tucson, Trauma Hawk 40 acres right over here in Arizona, kind of close to, you know, Las Vegas. I'm saying we can be on all these lands and we can be incorporated to ourselves. And we could do it. And what is wrong with you? I was attempting to get y'all to chip in a couple $100. You ain't gonna make me rich, all right? That's not what I'm looking for. But I can get it. I can get it. Got the bank account. We could have went and purchased land. That's land you can purchase without money. You got to do a lot of work. It's got some greenery and shrubs. Then there's land. I mean, $3,000 an acre. Dude, all of us together. Man, what is wrong with y'all? And we can just leave all this goofiness alone. Get some 8mm and make things of the babies stuff coming in, nothing digital. Everybody running with UHF or VHF. That's what's still running out here. Y'all know, y'all do know that UHF and VHF is still running just as fine. I got a friend who has a TV from 1975, big floor model. I go over there, man. I'm like, what you do? He changed the screen. It looked like one of these flat screens. Man, come on, guys. The only thing that should be with us is training the children, combat maneuvers and everything else, how to forage, how to grow, how to garden, everybody working together, how to build, how to smelt metal. We could go industrial if we wanted. What is so wrong with y'all letting go of a lie? Let me go ahead and get into this reading. Let me spit this shit out to you, because this is starting to taste a little funky. That's what happened when you don't. It's because it's not tobacco, y'all. But I still get nicotine because I smoke the backwood. This is another one I rolled. I happened to actually smoke the whole damn blunt yesterday, so shut up. I think that's why I passed out and slept like a damn baby. I passed out. I don't even remember falling asleep. I remember looking at that damn Avatar, Life is Water. And he says, I just remember waking up 7 this morning going, the window open. I said, people probably walk by looking at, down here, passed out right here. No blanket, no nothing. I was just like, man, I got up and said, let me go up here and wash my scrotum and everything, you know, cold. Got my little cold, jibbity-jibbity-jib. Wim Hof one. You're going to do that anyway because it's so damn cold. But anyway, fabulous. If you're hungover, run cold water, get in there, submerge yourself, stay in there for about 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to be straight. Okay? You hear me? So let's get to the screen. Let me stop being silly. Let's turn this down. Afro beat. Okay. This shit's nasty, excuse me. Oh, God. All right. You know what? I'm just going to read one article from each one of these, and then we're going to get into the other ones because I really want to get through the heaven bearers, okay? So we're going to go George Jones, An Original History of Ancient America. Don't pay that no mind. Y'all don't need to know about what I do, how I do. My little hieroglyphs. None of you men, I shouldn't let them see that. Anyway, whatever. Yes, it's an Elder Brown classic. Remember what I was stating, okay? So, all right. So yesterday we left off at the English stuff. All right, so easily subdued. Okay, here we go. It shows only 2 serpents, and we cleared that, and we came down from 2 serpents. Just want to make sure, because I have been reading quite a bit today. Actually, I was reading 1491, looking for some key things in there and highlighting them. So. Here we go. I can't wait till we get to this part. Okay, here we go. Between the 2 principal personages is a remarkable cartouche, remember, containing 2 hieroglyphics, well preserved, which remained U.S. strongly of the Egyptian method of giving the names of the kings and heroes in whose honor monuments were erected. The headdresses are remarkable for their curious and complicated form. The figures have all breastplates, and one of the 2 principal characters holds in his hand an instrument. Remember we was going about the scepter, and I was talking about when I was reading, you know, in the Heaven Bearers. Remember when she went to the house, Tartarian? The guy who's fighting his father, who's half lizard, found who's not really his father. He took on his persona's body. He had a scepter that her 2 children, their son and daughter, utilized to create a dome. Pay attention. These books have nothing in common other than stories. Okay? The figures have all breastplates, and one of the 2 principal characters holds in his hands an instrument, which perhaps may be considered a scepter. Each of the others holds an object, which can be only, in question, a subject for speculation and conjecture. We believe them to be, judging from the engraving, in parentheses, spiral shells. Now, a lot of y'all watch anime, and y'all ever see those individuals, the spiral shells and all that, like the power, the consummate, yin and yang and all that kind of stuff? Okay. The application will be found in an important chapter devoted to the analogies. It, in brackets, the object, may be a weapon of war, and if so, it is the only thing of the kind found at Kohan. In other countries, battle scenes, warriors, and weapons of war are among the most prominent subjects of sculpture. And a lot of these things they call weapons of war were tools, okay? Because we didn't have rudimentary, we had serious weapons, people. Okay. And from the entire absence of them here, there is reason to believe that the people were not warlike, but peaceable and easily subdued. Who's warlike? No fictional 13th tribe. Ain't no such thing as 13th tribe. Our youngest brother, who's hard-headed as fuck. Are not the sculptures, the idols and altars, the ornaments of a temple, and as a consequence should be devoid of the weapons of war. A false conclusion is arrived at by Mr. Seffins, here we go with him again, when from the absence of battle axes, shields, and helms in a religious temple, it must follow as a necessity that those worshiping there must be devoid of courage. Our own altars might be so regarded if his reasoning was admitted, to which it wasn't. Yet few persons would have the temerity to say, because the Christian altars are devoid of warlike weapons, that the Anglo-Saxon race are easily subdued. The hands that built those temples on the Western continent could also defend them. You better believe it. And the military position and strength of Copan proved the builders to be of a race far from cowards and not easily to be conquered. In these remarks, we would not confound the previous distinction drawn between the courage of these aborigines and those of the North. The Mexicans were courageous in quick assault, but had not the indomitable endurance of spirit and preserving fortitude. Sounds like my Taekwondo teachers on the walls, indomitable spirit, blah, 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 you know. Anyway, fortitude of the Northerns. Enough has been quoted concerning the ruins of Copan, yet it should be stated that among those, and then we're not called Mexican, but that's all right, ruins was found a sculptured tortoise. This will be referred to in the analogies when we get to it. And we're going to drop right there. All right. Arthur Kessler. Now, let me say something about Mexicans. There's a lot of our people down there. Now, how many of y'all have been throughout South America? Now, I'm talking about like going down to the southern part, not just Mexico and the little, I call it Boot Hill, where the Gulf is. And that is not the Gulf of Mexico, people. I'm so tired of hearing it called that, but that's not what it is. But anyway, when you go further down, Brazil, do you know how big? Tons, millions and millions of our people. And they look a little different from us. Almost like places I've been, almost like you would think you're in Australia, or the original people of the Fiji Islands or Hawaii. Now they all look half Asianed out or pelled out, but there's still a lot of brothers over there. They call themselves black. Some of them I used to hang out with, you know what I'm saying? And it's no hate. I don't know what is all this new age stuff that's coming around. It's the music industry. It's just these people who we need to stand up against. And there are people in the music industry that want our help, but they don't know how to. You can't even tell when they're crying out for it. They want our help. And we are just as ignorant as the system has created us. So Arthur Kessler, the 13th tribe, the startling new discovery about the true ancestry of the Jewish people, it will cause a stir. Y'all know I love reading, I really do. I haven't purchased no books. I think I gave the props right to the last 3 individuals who, I appreciate that. And I was over looking at thrift books. So Sue, you're gonna put up a couple of good ones, all right, hon? All right, so we may add for the sake of piquantry that the learned patriarch Photius, whose eloquence saved the imperial city, was none other than Khazar face, all right? So we're in chapter 11. I just wanted to reiterate a few things here. Let's jump over here. This makes one appreciate the stature of the adversary which whom the Khazars had to contend. Nor was Byzantine diplomacy slow in appreciating it, and to play the double game which the situation seemed to demand, alternating between war when it could not be avoided, and appeasement in the pious hope that the Russians, or Russos, whatever you want to call them, would eventually be converted to Christianity and brought into the flock of the Eastern Patriarchate, something like that is a weird word. As for the Khazars, They were an important asset, Ashkenazis, asset for the time being, and would be sold out on the first descent or indecent opportunity that offered itself. Now, for the next 200 years, Byzantine-Russian relations alternated between armed conflict and treaties of friendship. Wars were waged in 860 in the siege of Constantinople. All right, 907, 941. Listen how many. Well, this is informing you something. So pay attention. Again, wars were waged in 860, and in parentheses, siege of Constantinople. 907, 941, 944, 969, and 71, and treaties concluded in 838, 839, 861, 911, 945, 957, and 971 before the turn of the century. About the contents of these more or less secret agreements, we know little, and they ran on 364 days a year. Are y'all aware of that? I think it was 360, if I remember right. I got to go back into this other book and look again. But even what we know shows the bewildering complexity of the game. A few years after the siege of Constantinople, the Patriarch Photius, still the same, mind you, reports that the Rus sent ambassadors to Constantinople, and according to the Byzantine formula for pressurized proselytizing, besought the emperor for Christian baptism. As Berry comments, we cannot say which or how many of the Russian settlements were represented by this embassy, but the object must have been to offer amends for the recent raid, perhaps to procure the deliverance of prisoners. It is certain that some of the Russian agreed to adopt Christianity. And we know this. Why? What is it in the Russian parliament and in the Catholic and the buildings over there? What are the pictures? Have any of y'all seen the pictures? And Byzantine, they're all melanated, black people, if you want to use that word. They are. I saw that in Germany. So who were the Ashkenaz and their kin-like folk making war against over there? In the ninth would be considered the 10th, right? Century. But the seed did not fall on very fertile ground. For upwards of 100 years, we were no more of the Christianity of the Russians. And the treaty, however, which was concluded between AD 860 and 866, led probably to other consequences. If that isn't a sly of mouth. I'm just going to start this and we're going to pick up from here tomorrow. Among these consequences was the recruiting of Scandinavian sailors into the Byzantine fleet. By 902, there were 700 of them. And another development was the famous Varangian Guard, an elite force, people. Varangian Guard, that sound like Star Wars to you? Or something. Maybe one of you guys who's into cosplay and all that can figure that out. Behold the pale horse. Yes, William Hooper, we're keeping your spirit alive, brother. And you know the truth now, so. Yes, you've known it for a minute. It's what the idiot's idiot. Chapter 3. Oath of initiation of an unidentified secret order. From a mother who states that her son took this oath and who must remain identified, in parentheses now, and Congressional Record, House 1913, page 3216, furnished by Dr. Ron Brown. That name sound familiar, people? Not yet, O freedom, close thy lids in slumber, for thine enemy never sleeps. Bryant. Author's note. The author makes no claims whatsoever regarding this oath. It was handed to me by a woman who claimed that her son took this oath. Another source, Dr. Ron Brown, independent of and not known by the first, furnished a copy of the correct Congressional Record of the House of Representatives dated February 15. And if you want to look that up, let me read it to you nice and slow. This is Congressional Record of the House of Representatives dated February 15th, 1913, in which the same oath is entered as purported to be of the Knights of Columbus. Now, how many of y'all from Jersey, New York, and Delaware, and all places seen the little taverns and stuff to say Knights of Columbus? A VFA used to go to Knights of Columbus. Delaware. Probably Chicago, Philly, right? LA. Cali, does Cali have that? There's one of my brothers there. The Knights of Columbus. All right, let's go on. The congressman may have been wrong. However, since the content indicates that this oath may belong to either the Society of, check it out, Jesus, and in parentheses it states, otherwise known as the Jesuits. Let me read that again. The congressman may have been wrong. However, since the content indicates that this oath may belong to either the Society of Jesus, in parentheses, not brackets, otherwise known as the Jesuits, and or to the Knights of Malta, which is the militia of the Pope, the Black Pope. I include this oath only as an example that such oaths do in fact exist and are subversive. Because of the impeccably correct and difficult level of English use, the obvious expert knowledge of religious terminology and form, and the content and format of this oath, I consider it highly unlikely that it is a forgery, and you must be the ultimate judge of its authenticity, and the truth will win. So here is the oath. I, James Branch, now in the presence of Almighty God, the blessed Virgin Mary, the blessed Saint John the Baptist, the holy apostle Saint Peter and Saint Paul, and all the saints, scratch my name, sacred host of heaven, and to you, my ghostly father, the superior general of the Society of Jesus, founded by Saint Ignatius of Loyola, and the pontification of Paul III. Y'all know what pontification means, right? Okay. And continued to the present, do by the womb of the Virgin, the matrix of God, and the rod of Jesus Christ, declare and swear that His Holiness, the Pope, is Christ's vice-regent and is the true and only head of the Catholic or universal church throughout the earth, and that by virtue of the keys of binding and loosing given His Holiness by my Savior, Jesus Christ, He hath power to depose heretical kings, princes, states, commonwealths, and governments, and they may be safely destroyed. Therefore, to the utmost of my power, I will defend this doctrine and His Holiness right and custom against all usurpers of the heretical or Protestant authority, whatever, especially the Lutheran Church of Germany, Holland, Denmark, Sweden, and Norway. Very curious in this, isn't it? And the now pretended authority and churches of England and Scotland, and the branches of same now established in Ireland and on the continent of America and elsewhere, and all adherents in regard that they may be usurped and heretical, opposing the sacred Mother Church of Rome. Mother Church of Rome. They just created, knew everything in this oath. I do now denounce and disown any allegiance as due to any heretical king, prince, or state-named Protestant or liberals, or obedience to any of their laws and magistrates or officers. And we have a bunch of fools playing liberals and politicians, and some of them may have taken this oath. I'm not saying they did. It says the truth shall win, right? Okay. Magistrates or officers, I do further declare that the doctrines of the churches of England and Scotland, of the Calvinists, Huguenots, and others of the name of Protestants, of Masons to be damnable, and they themselves to be damned who will not forsake the name. I do further declare that I will help, that's right, you heard it, I will help assist and advise all or any of His Holiness's agents in any place where I should be, in Switzerland, Germany, Holland, Ireland, or America, or in any other kingdom or territory I shall come to, and do my utmost to listen to this, extirpate the heretical Protestant or Masonic doctrines, and to destroy all their pretended powers, legal or otherwise. Well, we know what happened to this Pope III, right? Anyway, I do further promise and declare that notwithstanding I am dispensed with to assume any religion heretical or for the propagation of the Mother Church's interest, to keep secret and private all her agents' counsels from time to time, as they entrust me, and not divulge directly or indirectly, by word, writing, or circumstances, whatever, but to execute all that should be proposed, given in charge, or discovered unto me by you, my ghostly father, or any of this sacred order. I do further promise and declare that I will have no opinion or will of my own, or any mental reservation whatsoever, even as a corpse or a cadaver. In parentheses it states, parende ac cadaver, but will unhesitatingly obey each and every command that I may receive from my superiors in the militia of the Pope and of Jesus Christ, that I will go to any part of the world whithersoever I may be sent, to the frozen regions north, jungles of India, to the centers of civilization of Europe, or to the wild haunts of the barbarous savages of America, without murmuring or repining, and will be submissive in all things whatsoever is communicated to me. And that mother came here and got dead, I guarantee you that. I do further promise and declare that I will, when opportunity presents, make and wage relentless war secretly and openly against all heretics, Protestants, and Masons, as I am directed to do, to extirpate them from the face of the whole earth, and that I will spare neither age, sex, or condition, and that will hang, bum, waste, boil, flay, strangle, and bury alive these infamous heretics, rip up the stomachs and wombs of their women, and crush their infants' heads against the walls in order to annihilate their execrables, race. That word didn't stand up, it actually sunk down. What in the hell was that? Anyway, that when the same cannot be done openly, I will secretly use the poisonous cup, the strangulation cord, Jim Jones, the steel of the poniard, or the laden bullet, regardless of the honor, rank, dignity, or authority of the persons, whatever may be their condition in life, either public or private. Mind your business. As I ate any time may be direct at, this is what it says, private, as I at any time, may be directed so to do by any agents of the Pope or superior of the Brotherhood of the Holy Father of the Society of Jesus, in confirmation of which I hereby dedicate my life, soul, and all corporal powers, and with the dagger which I now receive, I will subscribe my name, written in my blood, in testimony thereof, and shall I prove, I love when he said, call us in America, false or weakened in my determination, may my brethren and fellow soldiers of the militia of the Pope cut off my hands and feet, and my throat from ear to ear, my belly open, and sulfur burned therein, with all the punishment that can be inflicted upon me on earth, and my soul should be tortured by demons in eternal hell forever. And that I will always vote for a K of C in preference to a Protestant, especially a Mason, and that I will leave my party to do so, that if 2 Catholics are on the ticket, I will satisfy myself, which is the better supporter of Mother Church, and vote accordingly. Now, you must remember, the Masons of a period of time, the Negroes, were different. So you must know that they've been infiltrated. And now we have a bunch of ignorant Negroes running around to belong to something, all kind of goofy stuff. And most of y'all probably know that anyway. And that was probably part of the infiltration. That I will not deal with or employ a Protestant if in my power to deal with or employ a Catholic, that I will place Catholic girls in Protestant families, that a weekly report may be made of the inner movements of the heretics, that I will provide myself with arms and ammunition, that I may be in readiness when the sword is passed, or I am commanded to defend the church either as an individual or with the militia of the Pope, all of which I, state your name, do swear by the blessed Trinity and blessed sacrament, which I am now to receive, to perform on part to keep this my oath. In testimony hereof, I take this most holy and blessed sacrament of the Eucharist, and witness the same further with my name written with the point of this dagger dipped in my own blood and sealed in the face of the holy sacrament. And then tomorrow we'll get into the secret treaty of Verona. Sounds like a Knight Templar to me. Would say y'all. Sounds like a Knight Templar to me. Jesuits. Here we have DNA of the Gods, the Anunnaki creation of Eve, and the alien battle for humanity by Chris H. Hardy. Man, I love that sound. It is beautiful. Okay, it just sounds marvelous. I love it. The Sumerian king list, Manetho sorts out. Bullet point A. First dynasty of 7 great gods who reigned altogether for 12,300 years. The first one being Ptah, that is Enki, who ruled for 9,000 years, followed by Ra, Marduk, who reigned for 1,000 years, then Shu and Tefnut, his wife, Gib and Nut, Osiris and Isis, Seth and Nephthys, and the last one, Horus, who ruled for 300 years. It's only after a long period covering the mining, and then the genetic engineering in southeastern Africa that Enki settled in Egypt. Not only did he build an irrigation system and raise the land, but he also regulated the flow of the Nile River. He established his abode first on Elephantine Island, above the first cataract, and it is at this level that he regulated the Nile, at Aswan, just where the modern dams are. Isn't it funny how the American lion is bigger than the African lion? Oh, that's right. They pretty much damn near wiped him out, or so they have you think. Bullet point, the second bullet point. A second dynasty of 12 gods, the first one being Thoth. Let's see if I can remember this word. Ningshizda Hermes. Let's just use that, okay? Thoth's reign starts in 8,670 before the Common Era. These 12 gods altogether ruled over Egypt for 1,570 years. Third bullet point, a third dynasty of 30 demigods reigning for 3,650 years. That means half human, half god, reptilian, whatever you want to call them. The fourth bullet point, a period with 10 human rulers, a whole 350 years, dwelling in the city of this Tanis, while Egypt is not ununified. And then the fifth bullet point, the first human dynasty of pharaohs, starting around 3100 before the Common Era, with men's. Seriously. And men is not even pronounced with it. When you pronounce men with a hyphen over it, it's man, just to let you know. And with the building of a new capital Monnefer, beauty of men, which the Greeks called Memphis. So is it really overseas or is it everywhere? I'm just asking. Because they control all the earth, and obviously this is the oldest. Thus was kingship passed on or lowered from heaven, from the Anunnaki gods to the human lineage. And then we'll get into space science and technology. Now, there was a little bit of tea up in there. I was hoping y'all was listening and getting it. I didn't feel like extrapolating and pointing it all out. The Book of Giants, the Watchers Nephilim, and the Book of Enoch. And this is by Joseph Lumpkin. Stupid. This is the DNA of the gods, for those who don't know, unless you have ordered it and purchased it. Somebody's like, why didn't you read that one with the other one? Shut the fuck up. I know what you're doing. So here we are. We left off. Then Michael, one of the holy and honored angels who was with me and was their leader, spoke. Chapter 25. And he said to me, Enoch, why do you ask me about the fragrance of the tree? Remember? And why do you wish to learn the truth? And then I answered him, saying, I wish to know about everything, but especially about this tree. And he answered, saying, this high mountain which you have seen, whose summit is like the throne of God. Flatlanders, the North Pole, Negro Mountain. Pay attention. We read that, right? Okay. Anyway, is his throne where the Holy Great One, the Lord of Glory, the Eternal King, will sit when he shall come down to visit the earth with goodness. And as for this fragrant tree, no mortal is permitted to touch it until the great judgment, when he shall take vengeance on all and bring everything to its completion forever. Now, completion doesn't mean just utter destruction. It means to set things right. See, right now, the little 13 cracker boys is running around all goofy, fucking everything up. And they've got their good little cousins and all their little frolicking puzzle puppet brothers and kinfolk. See, what people don't get about Yaphet, he's the progenitor of Gomer and all that other stuff. And they want us to dismiss this stuff. They pushed it, now they want you to dismiss it because the evil is being unveiled in another way, in a fashion that most people are used to utilizing in their everyday understanding of things. So when you look at Genesis chapter 2, verse 8, right, we look at this. Now the Lord God had planted a garden in the east, in Eden, and there he put the man he had formed. And the Lord God made all kinds of trees grow out of the ground, trees that were pleasing to the eye, giant eucalyptus, cypresses. Look at the gopherwood trees. They were humongous. Have any of y'all went over there in Louisiana and Florida and looked at the little 280-something gopherwood trees left? The only ones, they may have planted and grown more. That was 1990 when I was helping these little old pale skin ladies create and go and visiting them all the time and taking them peanut butter and bologna sandwiches and, you know, lemonade. Yes, I did. Yes, everybody used to be like, yo, Red, you kind of crazy. I'm like, do y'all know what these trees are? Only place they grew. And in the Library of Congress, there were millions going all the way up to Washington and Oregon, all the way over to Washington State, all the way over to Washington, D.C., all the way up to Nebraska, millions of them. And they literally on purpose went to chopping all these grand trees, these giant sycamores and everything, chopping them down. You would think they made 1 million houses with all that wood. They shipped that wood elsewhere. Learn some stuff. Anyway, as I stated, pleasing to the eye and good for food. In the middle of the garden where the tree of life was the tree of life and the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. A river watering the garden flowed from Eden. From there it was separated into 4 headwaters. Look on a map and find it. The name of the first is the Pishon. And there's somebody who breaks these words down. It winds through the entire land of Havilah, where there is gold. And the gold of that land is good. Aromatic resin and onyx are also there. The name of the second river is the Gihon. It winds through the entire land of Cush. The name of the third river is the Tigris. It runs along the east side of Ashur. And the fourth river is the Euphrates. The Lord God took the man and put him in the Garden of Eden to work it and take care of it. And the Lord God commanded the man, you are free to eat from any tree in the garden, but you must not eat from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. For when you eat of it, you will surely die. Now, what's funny is, you never read Genesis 1, you always read Genesis 2. The other thing that is funny, well, Azrael and all of them, didn't they say, whoo, look at them hotties down there. Them sisters got fat good dunks. You know, we going out and watch, but hey, man, we want to run up in a few of them and make giants. But you got to remember, the people were bigger than we are. And there was no Adam and Eve, all that bullshit. No. Is it possible? It could be. But we don't need to worry about that. It's so deep in our DNA and in our, we don't purify our blood on our birthdays. We go out and drink and party and further putrefy ourselves. That's right, on your birthday, the day before and the day after, fast. Get on your head, stand up, I don't care how many times you do it, 3 to 5 minutes, let the blood run upside down. Don't drink no water, no fluids on your birthday. Let your mouth get, I don't care if you got to get ballistics on the next day. But the fast of the next day is when you sit there and you have a little bit of water with lemon or something like that. Get the citrus, get the potassium, and you have your couple pieces of banana and some grapes. That's still fasting. You're allowing your system to have that fiber, okay? But on the day of your birthday, partake of nothing and allow your blood to reset itself. And then we have, it shall then be given, and look, I'm just reading that because y'all know good and damn well, there's a reason why they built the dams, changed riverways, created lakes, destroyed cities. Because see, when you look at a map, you won't see the original layout of the rivers, the lakes, the original ones. You won't see how the river really flowed. But now if you go and look at these dams, and you sit there and start looking at the marginal lines of crevices and so-called canyons, things start to look a little different. Take the time and do that, will you? It's not hard. It's not complicated. Playing my beard's uneven. Anyway, it shall not, it shall then be given to the righteous and holy. Its fruit shall be for food to the elect. It shall be transplanted to the holy place, to the temple of the Creator, the eternal King. Okay? That's not religion. Religion is based on what? Theosophical crap? Theology bullshit? It's a rewrite. They have to funkify everything. And I don't mean good funk, like good funk music, all right? So I'm glad you guys are paying attention. Exposing the Expositions, 1851 and 1915. Revised edition of 2021 from the 2019 by Howdy Mikowski. So let's get into it. Affairs to the presence. My apologies. The affairs stopped altogether after 1915, the war being presented as the main reason for the shutdown. World War I. Though it took a long time to get them up and running again, and when they did again in the 1930s, they were nothing like they used to be. Fun and entertainment replaced history and artwork. Flashy new modern buildings replaced the Greco-Roman style, the 19th Greco-Roman style. Here in America, people. The 1960s moved to claiming science and government were the new answer to solve all our problems. Where technology was seen as the savior before 1915, the early fairs were all about industry and modernizing the savages. Now, to display that sciences is the new great religion. The more recent fairs have had ecology and saving the environment as their presentations, which is ironic given that many of the first fairs were all about how to control and force nature to do what humans, rather the ruling influencers, wanted nature to do in order to make them a lot of money. This change has become even more prominent today. Now, a sort of utopian presentation focuses on outer space, AI, and VR technology. Only 9 corporations had pavilions at the 1893 Chicago, while by the year 2000, almost every exhibit was corporate sponsored, in effect, showing that corporations now run everything. That these early fairs were in fact indoctrination tools for the population can be revealed between the words of the first sentence of Robert Rydell's book, Fair America. Pull it up, Snoop, because I went back. I'll look at everything y'all pull up. And Lloyd, if you're in there, why don't y'all pull it up? Fair America, Fair, America. Okay, by Robert Rydell, 2 L's. Okay. The book was written in 2000 and opens long before the internet and the World Wide Web, another network, a veritable web of world's fairs ring the globe. Giving from the substance to the modern world is this quote suggesting what IGT seems to be. And I do not think Rydell meant more than just they were as important to people than as the internet to us today. But it is as if he has tapped into something without realizing it. The fairs before 1915 were not just important, they gave substance to the modern world, or I would say they may have created it. God damn. These motherfuckers are devils, man. Excuse my language. I don't care about no damn ads. Motherfucker ain't paying me shit anyway. Heaven Bearers, The Great Reset of 1834 and the Mud Flood. Janine Helen, there she is. I'm going to show her. That's the book right here, guys. And there she is in South Africa. Looking like she was paid to put this out there to throw people off. Anywho. I better be quiet. Okay. Okay, here we go. Okay, we're going to take it from here because I want to read this part again anyway. Anyway, I can't hear you. My powers are gone, she says, and frowns. I don't know what to do. What is happening? Dead birds start to thump down, and one lands at her feet. It is white and black. And its neck is broken. The butterfly flies away, and she watches it head upwards towards the canopy, and she knows she must follow it. The tree of life. She is dying. Her words echo all around her, and she understands what her father was trying to tell her. Someone is trying to kill the tree of life. Malcolm, we need to find her and save her. If we don't, Earth will implode and we will all die. Her eyes don't flash that color like they used to, but there is sparkle in them, and it's her fighting spirit shining through. He takes Bonnie up into the canopy, and she looks around for her. Among all the dead leaves and broken branches, the tree of life is lying on the floor in the form of the old lady that she remembers talking to, and she is clutching onto her stomach. She is bleeding, and Bonnie runs up to help her. We need to stop the bleeding, she says, and she takes her hand and presses down hard, but the blood starts to flow more. What happened? Where's Mother Nature? Where is she? She asks her with a calm voice. I wouldn't, but her eyes are a dead giveaway as to how frantic she really is inside. Her adrenaline is pumping hard and her hands are trembling. The tree of life tries to talk, but nothing leaves her mouth. She struggles to lift up her hand, but manages just enough to point it towards the dark end of the canopy. Bonnie follows her movements and is terrified at the sight of the darkness, but she knows she has to act quickly and save her people. This is her chance of redemption. The staff, Malcolm. I need the staff. Where is it? Her eyes muster up a faded gold flash, and she can feel it is near. She stands up and walks down towards the darkness, and Malcolm grabs her by the arm suddenly. where you going? No, I'm just kidding. That's me. Bonnie, no. You have no powers anymore. You need to stay here and take care of the tree of life. Let me handle this. He pleads, but he knows she has already made up her mind and won't listen to him. Not this time. Too much is at stake. She shakes her head slowly, and her eyes are cold. We don't have time. She is dying, and Mother Nature doesn't have much time either. Follow me, he says, and takes the lead. His luminous green eyes light up the darkness that lies in front of them, just barely. She follows him slowly and carefully, concentrating hard on sensing the staff. She sees the blue stones slide up, one by one, and her heart begins to beat with relief. She approaches the staff, bends down, and picks it up gently. There is a bright blue flash the moment she touches it. With her fingertips, and it causes the canopy to vibrate hard. The vibration causes all the remaining leaves to fall off until there are none left. For the first time in history, since the time of creation, the canopy is bare and naked. The canopy is the tree, a giant tree, people. She feels a soft hand touch her back, and she turns around to see the tree of life smiling at her, and she is no longer bleeding. The tree of life, you are okay? She looks over at Malcolm and then back at her. What is happening? Everything is okay now, dear. Look. She waves her hand around in front of Bonnie. The darkness is gone, and the leaves are budding again. Bonnie reluctantly looks around her and notices the darkness has completely dissipated. There are green buds on all the branches, and they are growing into fresh, new, and healthy leaves. The tree is healing itself, and Bonnie knows it will all be okay. Malcolm sighs out in relief and rubs his hands over his face. The blue stones and the staff stop glowing, and they both stand there and watch in awe as the canopy heals itself completely within 15 minutes. I still don't understand what is happening. This time Malcolm is asking the tree of life, and her eyes turn sad and then dreary. The war is not over, I am afraid. It has only just begun, she replies, and disappears. Heaven bears the age of deception, and we'll get into that teaser tomorrow. She needs to really go back in this book though and correct all these damn apostrophes. It's supposed to be it as, not an it, and but excellent read. I hope y'all enjoyed that. I really do. I wish we'd have a bigger audience, but some people want to hear a whole lot of hookala, and they haven't settled down and found themselves. And they're not going to find themselves. They're not going to. I still watch a lot of people's lives. If I want information on what's going on, somebody shooting. That was shooting. Let me see something. say, man, had me start jumping over fences and shit. I ain't in the mood for that. And the joints are sore and everything. I need me a bottle of wine. Shit. I ain't drinking nothing no fuck that. It's alright. Kids out there got the anyway. Yeah. So I hope everything was good. I'm gonna give some shout outs. We're gonna sign off at 105. Let's go ahead and kill this music, which is beautiful. Now we'll let it play out. Let me see here. Rondo, what's going on, brother? Hey, T. Hines, what's good, family? Great work, Grand Elevation, certainly. Yes, yes. Sue, what's up, baby girl? Did you pull it up? Troller Cherokee, what's happening, mama? Mention MC was cracking, brother. Appreciate it. Hey, Mikey, yo, salute, brother. Hey, Charlene Austin, appreciate it. Sound like some John Wick stuff. Barbaric savages of America. That, you know, that's just a terminology. That's what they, you know, when you want to gaslight something, you create this. I call it phenomenon. You create a lie. You know what I'm saying? And that's what history is. They rewrote everything. Every painting's been repainted. History is a fabrication and a lie all around. They just mad because we was kicking ass. Yeah, Herbo was cracking, and we still are. Just not enough. You know what I mean? Lloyd Lucius was cracking. What's going on, bro? Max B was cracking. Okay, y'all. Hey, look, I got a lot of y'all, and y'all ain't subscribing to other people's channel, man. Now, y'all getting on my nerves, man. Support our brothers and sisters who's doing things, music and all kind of stuff. Copper Shaman, ToLU'S on there. Get you some herbs. Get you some of that brass, some of that, you know. Come on, guys, suit up. I got a couple of things coming. I got to order this ring, homegrown hook. Man, let me tell you something, man. I know it's outside and I want us to look inside because we really don't need none of that. But right now we can use anything because, like I said, we're in a dead zone. You know what I mean? Literally, we're in a dead zone. You know, if you take a compass, regardless of which compass, whatever compass you want to utilize, and I have like so many different kinds. Yeah, I know it's too complicated. Y'all saw the other one. And I got your treats right there, bro. There it is, right there, man. You know, like looking at me all crazy. I'll never forget I used to be on these things. Nebulizers, or whatever you call it. Anywho, yeah, that's the big one up there. You take your compass, right? True north, right? Make sure it's a flat plane. Face the north, right? Face the north. Take your compass. There's a purpose why you want it like that, okay? It's like a magnet. Mine's is brass. Put it down and find true north. And you won't find it. If the surface is not flat, you will not find it. I don't care what you do, okay? Right, my true north is exactly like this. That's the way I face when I do my little semi-meditation, feet in the dirt, and I talk. If somebody walks close by, they'll hear me talking, but they can't hear me most of the time. They probably wouldn't understand what I'm saying anyway. Yeah, I know. You do it every day. You know, and sometimes do it a few times. It doesn't matter who's around. I kick my shoes off, and I don't wear no socks. I put my little bumpy gums down, my bumpy gum toes out there, and open my hands, taking the deep essence, feel whatever the quandary is going on inside, release and relinquish all the turmoil, and allow myself to exist. You know what I'm saying? Millions will lose health insurance starting. Okay, whatever. But anyway, I appreciate everybody coming in for the read. And, you know, I want to read some more. But let's go ahead and shut it down for now. I appreciate you all. Mad love. Yo, West Side, you went live, man. I was out like a live. I went and watched it, though. You know, I had to watch it. I was out like a freaking light, man. I hit that blunt for the last time. I was like, oh Lord, man. I was almost feeling like ganja, like I was feeling like Rondo, like I had a half-ass figure leg lock on myself. You know, I was like, I ain't even take. I think I woke up with one shoe on. That man, listen, man. Yeah, I had to hit that firecracker. Boy, don't do it. That firecracker. I use this compass. Make Army CMP titanium brass grade compass teardrops. Oh, okay, use that one. Cool. What you left that though? I woke up with one shoe on. Yeah. And listen to this. This one usually, like when I'm asleep, bite my feet, bite my toes. His ass was over there looking at me like, what the fuck happened to you, Pops? Big bruh. I was looking at him like one eye. Now, you know, I had to go get the water on the face because I was, you know, it was a little crushed over. I slept hard. I was like, what you looking at? Oh, damn. Oh, the light. Everybody can see. Man, let me get my ass. Let me get my ass up. I don't care. You know that. But anyhow. Yo, look on that bot. What's cracking? And look, y'all check it out. This is going to upload pretty quick. Go ahead and watch it to read. All right. And I appreciate everybody taking the time. A little laughter is good for us. We need it. You know what I mean? I'm going to go in here and make me some of this butternut squash pasta. Yeah, Rondo boy. Hey, I gave him one. I gave him the when he's at Arcadia. I said, just take 2 hits. Before I got 2 hits out. And I said, make sure you take 2 hits. He's smoking it like it's like a damn Newport or a Cool or some shit, a Camel. I went inside because I was busting. Yeah, I was smoking mine. I knew I ain't want none of that one right there. I went inside, sit down, and drinking my right wine, right? I said, I was in there for about 15, 20 minutes. I said, it's cold out there. I went back outside. And my brothers, they still standing there like, having some kind of conversation. I was like, nigga, you hit. Boy, I was like, get inside. Ronald came inside, man. He had to play every instrument. He had to be able. You wouldn't get me playing shit. Everybody come on playing. I was fucking with Ronald, but I was trying to see if I fucking with everybody else. I like to do that, you know? And then everybody started, I think everybody else had a contact or something. And everybody was acting all kind of weird, and I was like, "Okay, let me show them, let me show them what's going on." Then I Rondo, and then that's when I snapped. You know what I'm saying? I had to set shit back in order because people were starting to frolic a little too weird. We can have a good time always, but we must maintain order. And there's only a few of us who know how to do that. But I'll tell you what, I took a puff of that shit last night. After all that, I smoked right that blunt. Man, I had one leg. I was trying to watch the Avatar, talking about I'm relaxed, chilling. It's ain't worried about nothing. That motherfucker was watching me, man. I ain't make it do it, man. Dog, boy, if I wasn't rolling grubber. Shit. No, man. But that, you know what I'm saying? It's good smoke, good stuff. You know what I'm saying? This right here, this is the finest of fine. I like to smoke mine in hemp paper. You know what I'm saying? This right here. This is like my bathroom. I take this in the bathroom. I got to hit the pot number 2. And I'm like, all right, y'all. Like y'all get coffee. I'm like, all right. You know what I'm saying? All right. That's what that is. But anyway. Let's go ahead and shut it down. I appreciate everybody coming in. Number mad love always to my beloved, beautiful sisters. All right. And my brothers 2 on the 1. It'll be done. You dig what I'm saying? But y'all have a grand evening. I had to tell them. Those damn memes is fucking funny as shit. Hey, Charlene Austin, what's cracking? Highway was closed. Had to drive through Valley Forge. Spooky. Valley Forge. Wow, that's Confederate. That's like, you know, Valley Forge, man. Yeah, you TMI. People know where you at. No, I'm just kidding. You remember what I said, y'all, in the beginning of this damn video. Stop being lazy. Get the hell up out them damn suburbs and them cities. because y'all not being tactical. You're not together. You're not moving as one. You're not going out and practicing. It seems like they stifled everybody. All we do is work. A slave. No, you better get it together. And if you can afford one, you can get it. You better go and buy you a gun and a rifle. I am dead serious. And you better buy the ammo until you get the gun. You better do it. And if you can afford you a $400 level 4 plate, you know what I'm saying? And then buy your vest separately, then get it. I've got 2 that I like to have. You know what I'm saying? Get it. If you can get a ballistic helmet, get you a ballistic helmet. You dig what I'm saying? You know? And if you don't want to get none of that, keep donating for these goddamn books, because if everything works out and doesn't fall through, because these bastards are about to do something this week, we're going to find out. Okay? Lazy doesn't get the goddamn chicken or the eggs. You know, they just don't magically float into your motherfucking kitchen, into the basket. You know what I'm saying? Into your little egg baskets. Well, I'm used to having an egg basket. I don't like putting eggs in the fridge. I think that's kind of stupid. Man, I'll let you in. And the wrestling week ahead, definitely interesting. It's going to be a week. It's going to be something. Every week has been something to remember. And the funny thing is, now all these people, not to beat on anybody to get the jab, because like I get it. But the ones who really, there's so much bad happening. Right now, I believe that if some people with signs talking about the jab, that these individuals would get together with their groups and go and find these motherfuckers and be like, oh, you want to silence me on YouTube? Like, you was a big dog, huh? You work for YouTube? Yeah? You want to silence me? It can happen. I'm telling you, I'm listening to people talk, bro. And the worst thing to do is believe that you're safe sitting in your home or in an office because you're having fun. No, this ain't South Park, you know, sitting on there trolling people or quieting people because of your mental inaptitude. You know what I'm saying? A lot of things are being discussed out here. Y'all better pay attention to what's going on around you too. If you're not having these conversations, you ain't living a real life. What I've noticed about the people I grew up with, the ones that went and got all this stuff, talking about, yeah, I'm there for my 3rd one, you know. I'm surprised at some of the Italians, like literally going to get I'm sitting there going, some of them, they probably give them placebos too. But us, a lot of our people are dropping dead left and fucking right. If you don't believe me, I can pull up on a chart all the brothers and sisters in the cities who are dropping dead, young. And I can pull up a handful of sisters who just had miscarriages, stillborns. Babies were fine. Old men left them, telling them don't get the jab, but they got it anyway. You got it, Papa? Get it, Papa. That's right. Get it, Papa. My cat don't play when it comes to skeeters and stuff. I always said it. He on it. He like E.F. Hutton. He trooping up. That's what y'all need to do. But I love y'all. All right? Fast, people. If you're going to drink, come hang out with me. Otherwise, don't drink at all. If you're going to smoke, come and smoke with me. Or don't smoke at all. I'm just playing with that. I don't want y'all to cuss me out. Nigga, man, I'm sitting here on a goddamn, you know, it's recreation where I'm at, man. I'm blazing right now. I'm just playing with y'all. Anyway, y'all have a good one. I already saluted y'all out. Love y'all. And we'll pick this up tomorrow, okay? Unless something happens crazy, then I might come on live and be like, hey, man, did y'all hear about blah, blah, you know? But anyway, I appreciate y'all. I sure do. Y'all have a good day.